been a while since I've been on here. I don't necessarily have any good excuse for that either. I think sometimes life just happens. But I've had a lot of time to think and reflect, and just because I haven't been speaking on camera, it doesn't mean that I've stopped this journey of mindfulness and growth and learning for myself. So my message for today is you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. Yesterday in particular was a hard day for me. Just at work, I went through a lot of things, and people weren't necessarily being kind. Stuff happens. I sat in my car in silence and drove home, and I thought, I went over it. I realized that there's this voice in my head a long time ago, my conscious, and it's up to me to decide how I feel, to decide how I go about things. And I've really noticed it make a change in my life and who I am and how I react to certain things and how I go about everything in my life. I choose to be more calm. I choose to just accept it. I choose to see the positivity in things. And it starts with you talking to yourself. It starts with you exploring that voice in your head, seeing what feels right, seeing what doesn't feel right, seeing what's okay for you, seeing what's not okay for you. You have to build these virtues. You have to build this code of ethics and your morality, and you have to choose who you are. A nice guy versus just like a strong man. And I think that in life you need to be that strong man, because that strong man knows his boundaries and knows what's right and what's wrong to him and how to move about it. One thing for me is choosing kindness. I think the world would be a whole lot better if we just decided to be kind. And in that, my first talking point is not being perfect. It's being you. It's understanding that we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna fall, we're gonna slip. You're gonna lash out at somebody. You're gonna be upset. But it's not the end of the world, It's how you bounce back from that. It's the kindness you choose to instill in the next moment towards yourself and towards other people. I think that in a real way, how we do see the world is how we do feel about ourselves on the inside. If you choose to see the world with positivity, with love, you're gonna feel that on the inside. And if you don't believe me, just try it. Go out there, and whatever happens to you, choose to see it with love. I have a tattoo on my arm with a quote in Latin that says amor fati, which means the love of fate. And I look at it every day because I love what's gonna happen to me. And whatever happens to me will happen. So yesterday, after that long day, it happened. Whatever happened did happen. It's what I train myself to do. It's how to train myself to feel. I can't control what other people say to me. I can't control what other people do. I can't control the media, other people's opinions, what other people are thinking. But what I can control is who I am. What I can control is how I respond. And what I can control is what I go and do about it. Now, I can either sit there and I can be upset at the world. I can either sit there and be bitter at what happened. Or you can choose to lead with kindness. You can choose to do the right thing for yourself and for other people. Because the world needs more of it. And let me tell you, it doesn't just come. You need to do it. You need to make an effort. Because we're not perfect. We're human. But we're learning. And I'm not going to be perfect tomorrow. I'm never going to be perfect. There's always going to be little kinks and little things here and there that I'm going to want to fix. But it doesn't mean you give up on trying. because the journey is difficult, but that's why there's beauty in it. The journey is difficult. That's why it feels so good when you see progress in yourself and what you're doing. It's not easy, and if it was, everyone would do it. It's not easy to be yelled at all day and still choose kindness, but that's what we do. That's what we have to do, because that's who we are. Because what you are is what you do. If you're gonna sit here and you're gonna talk bad about people, and you're gonna lash out at people, how are you really gonna feel at the end of the day? How are you really gonna have that conversation with that voice in your head and feel okay about what you've done? You need to work on doing things for other people. In other words, doing the right thing right now. Push someone in the wheelchair if they need it. Hold the door open for someone if they need it. Do it out of the kindness of your heart. Go the extra step to help someone out. Go the extra step to help yourself out. You have to solve what's in here first. You have to be conscious that you need to take care of yourself first and foremost before you can start taking care of other people. You can't just give away all of yourself to other people. It starts with you being there for you. It really does. You cannot neglect the self. You can sit here and do all the nice things for all the people in the world, but if you don't figure out what's going on with you, it's no way to live. It's not about being selfish either. It's about looking after yourself. It's not selfish to care for yourself. And yeah, sometimes we have to go in situations where we have to look after other people. And I don't know everyone's situation. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what's going on with everyone. But for me, I needed to look after myself before I could start giving back to other people in my life. I work in EMS, and my job is built around helping other people. And I don't think I would be able to do that if I didn't take good care of myself. And in that, it's going to bed a little bit earlier, going to the gym in the morning, doing something for myself first, eating the right things, being there for the people around me, being kind to my coworkers, being kind to my patients, everything. Because that's what it's about. Because the world needs more of you to be kind. The world would be so much better if we just took the time to accept that other people are going through things, and you are too. It's no excuse to accept other people being negative to you. It's no excuse to take people lashing out at you. But we move with kindness. We lead with kindness. We lead with love. Because on the other side of all of that is tranquility, is stillness, is happiness, is peace. It's all these beautiful things that we strive every day for. It starts with you. It really does. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be human. We're all human. It's all our first days. Today is your first ever today. Think about that. It's your first time living. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to mess up. It's not going to necessarily feel amazing, and you're always going to have tough conversations with yourself. But that's where the growth happens. That's where we learn. That's where we continue to push to be better. It starts with you. It starts with that voice. So take care of yourself. Love yourself. Do something for yourself. Make sure that deep inside, you know you're okay with you. Know that you're growing. Know that you're going to make mistakes, but that's okay. That's a part of the process. Just keep pushing. And that's all I got for today.